Man, oh man, this is it. This is it. We're pretty much down to the last little bit of the regular season before we head into the playoffs. And I'm telling you right now, I'm so freaking scared, but we took care of business. I took care of business what I needed to do, but obviously there's still some work that needs to be done. I still need some help. So now what's going to happen is this. Obviously, you see the scenario. Here's where we're at again for the playoff picture, okay? But these are the teams that are still in it right now, okay? Of course, you see where I'm at. You see where David Hayes is at, but you also see Team Littlejohn. Team Littlejohn is still in the mix because Quick Six, who I was expecting to take care of business, got upset. So now he's sitting, still sitting on top of his division, but, it still puts the pressure to where I have to win and win big. And I'm going up against Team Williams, who technically is not even in the Final Four race, so he's pretty much out. It was safe to say he's out. The Black Cheetahs, out, okay? Keeping it 100, out, okay? Headbuster Steve, who's sitting in third in his division, is still in the mix. Who would have thought, after he was sitting over here just waving a white flag, talking about, oh, I'll get you guys next year in my Jay-Z voice, I will not lose, but now look at him. He's just one game outside of possibly making it. So here's how that scenario works. If Steve is able to get into the playoffs, he basically needs David to lose and myself to lose, and that will automatically put him into the 4th seed, just that quick. Team Shelly, out. Mimi, out. Ro, out. Okay? So here's where we're dealing with, as far as 253 and Headbuster Steve. And all they got to do is win, and David and I have to lose, and they're in. It's that simple. So I've got a lot of work to do, especially heading up against Team Williams, who's got a squad of people that's ready to be unleashed, and I've got to really make crucial decisions once again. So this is what I'm up against right now. So, I'm going to really work this thing out, take my time with it, but really be strategic because I can't afford to lose. Unless David loses and I lose, then I still get the benefit of the doubt. But David right now has the upper hand, and I just can't allow that to happen. So I really need, my guys to come through and do it big. Can we do that? Okay, meantime, we've got the Prince Hall G-Men that took care of business over the Black Cheetahs, 113-102. My man Brown came through in the clutch, 27 points, 5 receptions, 91 yards and 3 touchdowns. And I tell you, the 3 touchdowns is what did it. He didn't have to rip and run all over the field. He just needed to score when it was time to do. And then you had Tyreek Hill from the Black Cheetahs. Now, Tyreek Hill did his thing from the Chiefs, as the Chiefs were pretty much, it looked like that game was pretty much ended, but then they went into overtime, and Hill just started getting off and started making some catches. 9 receptions for 52 yards, 3 total touchdowns altogether, pretty much, but it just wasn't enough, as the Black Cheetahs are officially mathematically eliminated from the Final Four. Then we go over here to the Headbusters. 126 over Team Roll 83, and I tell you right now, Drew Brees had 32 points, with 310 yards, 5 total touchdowns. We had a Colin Kaepernick sighting. It's good to hear about him. We're not going to put the stuff that's been said bad about him. I like to put the positive things about him right there. Colin Kaepernick, 32 points, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 INT, but it just wasn't enough, as Team Row is officially mathematically eliminated from the Final Four. And then we go to keeping it 100, Tyreek, who won big, and he kept it over 90 this time. 98 points to Mimi in Tacoma, 54. Mimi, I think she took a trip down to New Orleans and I guess forgot to turn in her lineup, so she kind of, suffered a small little setback, 98-54. But Aaron Rodgers for keeping it 100, 22 points, 313 yards with 2 TDs over the Green Bay defense, which is what Mimi had, which gave her 11 points. They had an interception and 13 points allowed, but it just wasn't enough. So both of them are mathematically eliminated from the Final Four. And then we head over here to 253 Littlejohn. 129 over Quick Six 113, and I swear he had some help behind him to make it happen. Once again, Mark Ingram, 28 points, 146 yards, 2 total touchdowns for Team Littlejohn. And then Shady McCoy for Quick Six had 27 points, 103 yards with 2 tubs. So that right there is what put me at the scary point, because now Littlejohn is just one game out, and he's knocking. He's knocking at that door, and he's knocking at that window of opportunity, because he knows one slippage from PAT, and he's up in the muns. He's all up in the muns, and I can't have that. I can't have that. So then we swing over to then we have Team Knight, pretty much, that took care of business. Sorry, I had a technical difficulty. Team Knight, 107-85 over Team Williams. My man Jay Reed from Washington had 21 points, 10 receptions, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns over Team Williams, who is now officially mathematically out of the Final Four, had 85 points. And David Johnson with 21 points, 58 yards, a receiving touchdown is what got him into the mix. But it just wasn't enough, obviously, as they pretty much fell to the wayside, 107-85. But this is my competition that I got to go up against. And speaking of David Johnson, he's the reason why I got to really make sure I come at him, because I don't have a running back, and it hurts right now. And I can't rely on, I don't know who from the Seahawks is going to show up as far as my tight end is concerned, so I have an issue. Then we go to David Hayes, 78 points over Team Shelley, who's officially mathematically out. Eli Manning with 19 points, 194 yards, and 3 touchdowns over Team Shelley, who had Cam Newton again, dabbing his way into abysmal offseason. 19 points, 246 yards, 3 total touchdowns, and an interception. So there you have it with that. And then there's the standings of who is sitting in the rightful position. I'm scared. So as we all know, scared money don't make money. And we just got to do what we got to do and load up our teams and get ready for this last and final official week before we go into the playoffs. And I'm telling you right now, I just got to take care of this week. Really lead up to the guys that's going to come in and do what they're supposed to do. And hopefully I can pull this thing off. So, I'm looking for a great little finish. Need a little bit of scenario help of my own on the back end, but I'm pretty confident that we can get it done, and we're going to be able to do this just fine. So, with that being said, I'm happy with the outcome and what's to take place. It's been one roller coaster ride, and once again, Steve Williams is still in the mix after being at the bottom, after coming from the bottom, and now he's trying to make his way into the top 4, and he has the ability of doing just that. So be on the watch for Steve. Anything can happen, but I need to be in the top 4 because I wasn't in the playoffs last year, and I'm going to make sure that I get an opportunity to be in there this year. Until then, I think you guys know what it is. And I will have another update of the MVP race on who's doing what and who's most likely to be the candidate to win. Outside of that, you guys enjoy yourselves and let's make it happen. Oh, and if you haven't gotten with the FireFan, make sure you get on FireFan, the app. For those of you that have given me your emails and I had you pre-register for this app, you want to download it and have this available for Sunday's game because you can start playing. We're in beta testing mode right now, so they're still getting the kinks out of it, but for the most part, they've got majority of the kinks out, and this thing is already trending on the iTunes and on the Apple Network, on the Apple Store. It's already number 1, just that quick. And we haven't even reached, not even 4 days yet. So take advantage of this app for those that got it, download it, and then you want to join the World Class League and get in that league, so therefore we can all play together and start sharing with your friends. It's free. It's all for free. So the work is here. The wait is over with. We can now have fun, and you can see what I'm talking about, how you can play this game along with fantasy, and it just adds more excitement to what sports is all about. And it's not just for football. It's for basketball, for soccer that's coming up, even baseball. So believe it or not, the scenarios are tremendous, and you want to take advantage of this free app. So outside of that, I'll holler.